Look how beautiful these trees have been planted in wonderful symmetry, just to expand over this lovely view. Autumn is genuinely my favourite season, just because there's just so much colours in the leaves, in the trees, and of course on the grass. It's just truly beautiful. I am going to park myself here. You may hear some cars driving by. It's because I'm in a country state hotel, and it is open to the public with visitors and guests. Okay, let's come a bit closer to the gate. Hopefully you can hear the birds and the natural wildlife here. It truly is wonderful. Okay. Success. This is truly a whimsical free flow talk, just coming off the top of my head, but it is something that I've been wanting to talk about. Success is... I'm going to define success just for this video, because success can mean so many different interpretations to so many different peoples. But to me, success is when you have a desire, a purpose for your life. Oh wait, I think I'll go for a walk actually. When you have a desire or a purpose in your life, and it's something your heart desires, and whether you achieve it or not. To me, that's what success is. To other people, their heart's desires might be fame, money. That is what the communal society agreement is. But it truly is different for a lot of people. I genuinely don't believe, as of right now, that one can achieve my definition of success without the practice of self-awareness, without some sort of habit or discipline. If we are made to be habitual creatures, I don't really like the word creatures, it's got a negative connotation to it, but you know, the human species built on habits and comfort zone as well as discipline to a certain extent. Within many generations, habits have been formed within ourselves as individuals, and whether they go towards our favor or not, that's another topic. But they can be served as good or bad depending on what you are building habits on. As I just introduced before, I don't think I've ever seen a successful person not utilize self-awareness. And to even reach a point where self-awareness is so frequent that you are able to utilize it to achieve your goals, you have to have some sort of a habit or a discipline to lead you towards that self-awareness. Now, for me, I truly wholeheartedly advocate for journaling. I think it's probably one of the most authentic, brilliant method. I don't even think it's a method, but a way to practice self-awareness. Now, I always advocate that you only need to breathe to manifest your desires. Breathing and presence is all you need. But sometimes we are lost in the mire, we get distracted, we get overwhelmed with our lives throughout the day, let alone throughout a week, a month, a year. So much can happen. Everything around us is always changing. So I practice journaling. The word is journaling, but I say I write in my diary. I like to say diary. It's more personal as well. It's more disciplined, I think. I'm on my So I'm finishing my 3rd consecutive year of writing in a diary, and I've never missed a day because I knew that I wanted to build this habit. Now, in this diary, I do have a personal reason for writing one, and it's because I'm very big on family values within my game character, within this life, within my life. And so I like to write in it with the intention that my future descendants will read it and learn from my mistakes, or at least feel comforted when they make their own mistakes that may have been similar to mine. I like to be as authentic and raw in this diary as possible, and as well as reflecting on myself. Every successful person has had to have reflected on themselves frequently enough to improve, to grow, to be the version, the character that they want to be, even if they acknowledge that they might not be there yet, which is completely fine. And so when I write in my diary, and I do it towards the end of the day before I go to bed, and I reflect on what I did today, just like any other diary, but then I also think to myself, was I the person that I wanted to be today? If I wasn't, I'm honest, I acknowledge it, I say it, I be honest about it, and then I make a note that tomorrow I will do this, tomorrow I will do that, something different. Or maybe I was really happy with how I was today and I really practiced presence. Okay, I want to try and do this again tomorrow. It really is to try and lead me back into practicing memento mori. If you haven't watched the video that I made on that, I really recommend it, because essentially I practice memento mori through my diary. So I try and take each day as atomic, as if I was to be born in the morning and to die in the night, remembering that I will eventually die. Again, as I mentioned in the video, it's a pretty morbid thought. I think I just used juxtaposition. But it's necessary. It's a very stoic practice, and I think it's just so applicable, especially if you gravitate towards a disciplined mindset. Then this is perfect for you. This is your sign to start journaling, to truly practice your self-awareness, reflect on yourself. And the more you do it, I mean, I've been doing it for 3 years now. I'm going to buy my 4th diary for 2025. And each diary is a completely different design. So the way I like to see it is, when I buy a new diary for the year, I make sure I choose the best cover that I resonate with. And then I think to myself, this design in particular is going to be the diary that reflects how my year is going to be. So choose your diary cover wisely. And so, I mean, I will post pictures and put it on this video of my diaries for 2022, 3, 4, and then I haven't bought 5 yet, but I have got my eye on what design I want. I usually go for the brand paper blanks because they have such wonderful designs and they're all so unique from each other. I'll put the link in the description for anyone interested. It's not any paid advertisement or sponsorship. I just genuinely love this brand. And yeah, the diary covers from these years, they're all so different from each other, and it's just so important to me because it just makes a difference. Every day I'm writing in that diary, I'm reflecting instantly from that cover the year that I've been having, am having, and going to complete. And so, yeah, I couldn't stress this enough. It's something I recommend to my clients as well. I will actually read. Okay, I'm going to get my phone out and I'm going to read. I mean, whether he wants to reveal himself in the comments, it's a personal choice, but I'm going to read one of my testimonials I've put on my YouTube community page, just to show how journaling truly helps. So I'm going to read it. Just checking in and wanting to give you an update on how it is going so far. Been journaling every day since we last spoke, and it's remarkable already. It's a great way to end the day, and so far I was able to take away from it so much. Last weekend I went to church for the first time in ages, and I can feel how I am consistently getting closer to God and the person that He intended me to become. I am practicing being in the now and try to remind myself as much as possible not getting caught up in negative thought loops. This still takes some more practice. I am experiencing weird emotions recently where I can see the new me very good, but it still feels foreign. I left the old person behind, but still feel its power, and even though many habits and traits weren't helpful, I miss them because it feels familiar. I concluded that this is just what the growth zone feels like, but I'd be interested in your opinion. This is such a wonderful articulation of how the journaling process truly helps, because you can utilize journaling into crafting your new identity through self-awareness, because you can day by day reflect on the kind of person you've been, be honest about yourself, and then remind yourself through your written words, what do I need to do tomorrow, just tomorrow, to be the person that I want to be. And you will slowly build out of the old habits of the old identity, and you'll notice how familiar they feel and how you might want to be drawn to them. But when you're crafting a new identity, you have to stand firm in that and persist in it to then make that become your new habit, make it work in your favor. The comfort zone isn't necessarily a good or bad thing. It depends on who are you being in the comfort zone. If you are being someone that is always slacking and not truly fulfilling your desires, or having bad assumptions about some certain things in your reality, comfort zone for a poor person financially compared to the comfort zone of a rich person financially are completely different. Which one do we most prefer to be? It's not the comfort zone that is the bad, the evil part of growth. It's who we are being. Okay, what stories are we labeling to ourselves? Assumptions that we are having about money, about the people in our lives, about our self-image. Try to start journaling. If you haven't, this is your sign to truly, we're approaching towards the end of the year. Couldn't think of a better time to make a video about it. For 2025, I will probably make further videos about it to remind people. Get a nice diary, something that truly resonates with you, something that you think, this is going to define my year, 2025. This is going to define my year identity, right? And I'm not a big fan of New Year's resolution because anyone can start at any time, but start of the new year, writing the first day of your diary. I think some diaries, they overlap and you can start writing in like December time, and then it overlaps into the new year, which is even better, I suppose, for now. And it's just a moment of your day, or a few moments if you like to write. You don't have to write too much, it could be brief. It's really just because you're going to interpret it. And sometimes I don't even look back in my diaries after it's gone. Like, if I'm to reflect on previous years, I just like flick through and soak in the memories if I'm feeling pensive and reflective. But truly, those days are gone. I've lived them, I've experienced them, I'm grateful for them. They've served their purpose, but I am always truly in the now. Always remember presence, but utilize journaling to draw you back when you haven't embodied enough presence during the day that you would have liked. And this is the video that I wanted to. I made no notes. I just went with everything that I just wanted to say in the moment, but the idea was circulating around journaling. So please let me know how that works for you in the comments. I'd love to hear about it. I'm always recommending it to clients. I truly think, it's a practice that I do for myself, so I wouldn't really recommend something so strongly if I'm not doing it myself, otherwise that is very hypocritical. But yeah, thank you for watching this video. And I'd like to end with my usual disclaimer that I am by no means claiming to be knowledgeable in everything, except that I am in the humble pursuit of wisdom. Thank you. If you'd like to work with me, all my links are in my description. I offer mentoring sessions and I will post the link for paper blanks, but you don't have to use that brand for those diaries.